Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 163. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to continue the arc of the new year in New Blue by talking about a Voltron Enchantress deck. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What's going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're going to talk about a very topical archetype in Commander, but in our CCO way, in the arc of New Year, New Blue. We're going to thank some patrons. We're going to talk about a deck giveaway, but before we get to any of that, we're going to thank our official sponsors, face2facegames.com. They're Canada's biggest Magic store.
Oh, very much so. And I'm pumped for the face-to-face open Saturday, February 1. We're going to be there. Sounds like a lot of the CCO dude bros are going to be there.
It's going to be a good time.
Side events popping.
Hell yeah.
Beers after?
Absolutely.
Oh,
baby.
What decks are you going to bring?
I don't know yet.
Oh, me neither.
I haven't decided.
I'll probably just bring Primacon and just get stomped all day in 4-hour games because it doesn't have a win condition.
I'll probably bring Torbrand because I think I'm going to have a bunch of cards I need to pick up for him.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll probably bring him along. And
you mean cards that you already own 4 copies of, but they're not foil?
That's right.
Oh.
That's exactly
right. How do you do
Ryan.
that to yourself?
Actually, there's like one that I need in foil, and the rest of them are actually new things. I'm not going to spoil it, the surprise of what I'm getting for him, but I think it's going to be good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we you know what? We didn't spoil anything on the pre-show yesterday, but I did forget my hint. And I said, oh, where in the notes on the pre-show? I was like, where in the notes is my hint? Yeah, the big yellow highlighted. Yeah, I highlighted it. So the hint was today's Commandy flavorfully related to my first ever Commander deck. Now, super savvy listeners are going to know.
Ooh.
They're going to know that my first ever Commander deck was Baron Master Wizard from Urza's Saga, right?
Right? See, I don't even remember that. And I was there.
Today's Commandy, Rayne Academy Chancellor. How are they related? Husband and wife.
Ooh.
Yeah, give her a read.
All right. Rayne Academy Chancellor is a 1/1 for blue 2 human wizard legend. I don't know if she's human.
She's probably a human wizard. I don't know.
Yeah.
We could.
Whatever.
She's a human wizard. Let's just pretend.
You can Google it if you want. Whenever you or a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability controlled by an opponent, you may draw a card. If she is enchanted, you may draw another card.
Whenever anything we control is the target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls.
You or anything.
Yeah, so if we get bolted or our creature gets bolted.
Yep. You start drawing cards. If she's enchanted, you're going to draw Dub's cards.
And for the record, she is a human wizard. I just looked it up.
Excellent.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was just her. So it is anything we control while she's on the B, and she costs blue 2?
Yes.
So you can get her out relatively early. Soul Ring gets her out on turn 2, right?
You could hypothetically, I mean, looking at the rest of the deck, which we'll get to in a bit, you could hypothetically, if you do land Sol Ring on turn 1, you could play her and get your deck strategy underway on turn 2.
There it is. Well, you know what? We don't always like to judge the merits of a deck based on turn 1 Soul Ring.
Definitely not.
But, I mean, this could be one of those instances where Soul Ring into your commander is the most powerful play in the deck. Lots of decks it isn't, but some decks it is.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just think about that turn 1 Sol Ring where your hand is so good and you're going to just be popping off and beating the shit out of everybody in the world as long as you draw a mountain, and then you go 10 turns drawing nothing but basic lands and not a single fucking mountain. That happened yesterday.
Oh.
That happened to me yesterday. And I got one of those moral victories. You know how I like to claim moral victory?
Yeah, no.
Where I
It's not a victory.
I killed everybody at the table, but
Doesn't
I lost because
It doesn't matter.
Aetherflux Reservoir.
Oh, maybe it does count if you...
That 100% counts when it's I won the game, but I lost because I can't win, because as soon as I try to win, I get 50'd. It doesn't matter that I could have killed everybody.
So
on the same turn.
what you mean is there was somebody at 50 and you're claiming that you won?
No, I could have won. I had enough damage on the table to kill everybody.
Oh, no, but it was like as soon as you change phases, like
Yeah.
you pass priority to go to combat, then you're just going to get 50'd.
So instead of doing that, I killed the other 2 players and scooped. Because I won, but I couldn't win because I didn't have a grip in my hand.
I heard it was your favorite card.
K-grip?
No. Aetherflux Reservoir.
I would never say that it should be banned because it shouldn't be, but I am totally in favor of never seeing that card ever.
That's real life.
Yeah, it's just
It's a hard card to win against as soon as it's online, right?
Yeah. And
Because nobody just has 50 life kicking around to get 50'd. But the Aetherflux player always has 50 life to 50 somebody.
Yeah. And if you go above 50, they 50 you.
You know what? This deck might be a good deck for Aetherflux, right? Because it's got a whole bunch of really cheap enchantments. We're talking, you said Enchantress in the intro. It is topical because a lot of new enchantments were just printed. This deck, I'm looking like at the enchantment section, 1-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop, 1-drop enchantments. I mean, you could Aetherflux those.
Yeah.
You mentioned some patron shoutouts.
I did.
We've got some.
Ooh.
So patreon.com/CCOPodcast helps you help the show, helps the show grow, helps us do things like playmats and stickers and all the great things, website hosting fees, all of those things.
Also gets us to events where you can hang out and play games with us.
Very much so. Big shout out to James Clare. 2 first names? Sort of.
So you got to give him a last name. James Clare Brzezinski?
James Clare Brzezinski.
Yeah.
That's it. Welcome to CCO Nation. Thank you for the support. Also, F you.
F you indeed, sir.
Next shout out. Also kind of 2 first names.
Huh.
Josh Edwards. Now, it sounds more like a last name because there's an S on the end.
That's true, hey?
But you still got to give him a last name.
What Danza?
Josh Edwards Danza.
Yeah.
I
He's
like
the
those.
boss.
I like those initials. It would be Jed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Jed Danza.
That would make his name Josh Edwards Danza.
Yeah.
Jed Danza. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much. F you.
Agreed.
I don't know why anybody wants those, but here we are.
But we appreciate it.
Extra shout out today.
Ooh.
Today's deck list is actually a patron submitted deck list that I got because our good friend Ben, he goes by Haribo on Patreon and Discord.
Sure.
Sent us the list. He wanted me to check it out, and we're going to set up a altered art commission for Rayne.
Are you going to paint her to look like Rayne from Mortal Kombat? I know that's a guy, but whatever.
Nope. But
Oh.
that would be a good idea. I don't typically do stuff like that, but what we were thinking, because there's an Eldrazi conscription in it, maybe some tentacles in some...
Now, you shouldn't advertise that you're doing that because there is still that squid running around
There is
and
still
people
that
want
squid. That's right. I have been requested a couple anime-style squiddy, tentacle-y type altars, some as jokes, some as real life. I did turn them down, just FYI.
I opened a foil tentacle token yesterday.
I seen that. You kind of got destroyed on super packs, but until the very last card in the pack.
Yes.
What did you get? You got 2 packs, right?
Yeah, well, I actually opened 3 on the day. My first one, I just got totally rolled. I got nothing good.
So of course you go back to the watering hole to get more.
Well, I
right?
was sitting there like, they're probably going to be sold out right away because they all have the double full art Nyx lands in them. And, so you're getting some value long-term out of them. So I'm thinking, you know what? These probably are going to be gone by next week. I'll just go buy another one. I can't super really swing it, but I'm going to do it.
Guy didn't even wait to open them on YouTube to do open flippy boxing rounds with super packs.
Well, in my head, I was thinking, what if I open something good? I can, trade up into more packs, right? So I'm, open it, and I'm just getting rolled again.
Bad. It was bad. You got the cards, all flavor text.
Oh, yeah, all flavor text foil cards. I got the card that finds the shitty Elspeth from the Planeswalker deck.
It wasn't even foil.
Oh, holy crap. And the last card in the pack is extended art, alternate art, foil, Elspeth. That felt so good. So I went back into the store and I traded it for another super pack. And I opened that one and I got totally fucking rolled until the last card. And then I got an extended art, alternate art, foil, Ashiok.
In the same pack was a non-foil version of the Planeswalker deck Ashiok, which is also more expensive than the foil one that comes in the Planeswalker deck too. So you actually had a good couple packs.
Yes, I made it okay. I got the lands that I wanted. I still need 3 forests as of this recording, but I think I can find those pretty easily, given how many of them are going to be floating around. And so I did okay.
We'll do a post on Twitter. Maybe people can post a CCO or an FU emoji in the comments for anybody who who totally got rolled on their super packs, or people can show off their slick pulls from their super packs. We'll do one on Twitter today.
That'd be sick. That's a good idea. Actually, our buddy, I gotta remember his name, Lloyd, did you hear about this?
No.
He opens one and he opens it in front of me and Aaron in the store, and he's like, he's a pretty chill dude. Like,
yeah.
He's pretty he's real quiet and stuff, and he's getting rolled just as bad as me. Hey, it's like flavor text, basic land.
Like just regular basic land, not the Nyx ones.
Yeah, not the Nyx ones. Basically, got like 2 basic lands, a bunch of non-playable commons and shit, no good uncommons, like non-foil thing that finds the shitty planeswalker Ashiok, foil extended art, that cat that's worth like $1.
So terrible.
And then I don't even remember what the other rare was. Like it's
flush just $30 down the drain.
It was brutal.
I would have rather just drank Drano to flush myself.
The analogy that I used is like that was like you took a shit, and instead of wiping your ass with the money, you just flushed the money down the toilet and then wiped your ass with the toilet paper and flushed it again, thereby wasting both your money and like that little bit of extra money on that double flush.
That's it.
Like, it's so bad.
Oh, man.
Oh, super packs, hey?
That's it. They're lots of fun, hey?
They are. They're premium fun, but they are.
Premium fun, yeah. It's like going to Vegas and spending money at the wrong establishments.
Exactly. You're getting that premium experience, but you're paying through the butthole for it. Should we talk about some other stuff?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I want to talk about one more thing. We forgot to mention last week our Patreon sign-up gift for this arc.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got a couple options, and I totally volunteered you for one of them.
Sweet.
You just didn't know that yet.
Oh, okay.
So we always want to think of ways to give back or show a little token of our appreciation when somebody pledges. So that's why we do the stickers or the token altars or the funny Brando altars kind of as a thank you. And they go out once a month at the end of the month or whatever, right? So I can do them all at once. This is what I was thinking. I contact everybody to say thank you. If anybody wants to, at that time, commission a altered art piece, that helps me out for my actual normal job.
Sure.
And any new patrons can receive a discount on those for their first altar after they become a patron. So that's great.
Cool.
But if they're not quite into that, we can send them CCO sticker pack like we did last arc.
Sure.
Or funny Brando altar.
Ooh.
Which I tell you, I get all the time when people ask me about how do you do this? How do you alter this? What marker should I use for this? I got this funny Brando altar. Everybody talks about your altars at our F&M, and I'm like, come on, guys, get me to do them, please. I'm just like shaking in my boots. I'm spinning around inside my shirt.
It's like tilted into another galaxy. It's just, no.
So Jay was telling me about like this funny Cranko altar you did when you tap the Cranko, he's got a knife and he like stabs other cards. Like what the So any new patrons, if you're into the funny Brando altars, they are actually funny because he puts some thought into them. But if you're not into altars, of course, stickers, or you could get a discount from an actual altar from myself.
Yes. All in good fun.
Just wanted to throw that out there because we forgot last week.
I dig it. Also, our deck giveaway. Should we talk about that real fast?
Oh, yeah.
It's the Mystic Influence.
Mystic Intellect.
Mystic Intellect. It's the one with Pramicon and the Dockside Extortionist in it. It's
and Savine, you know, he's like the best commander ever. And Elsha, she's a CEDH commander.
So you're getting some good stuff.
Yeah.
Getting some of that value. And if you post on our Twitter post we talked about.
Yep.
With your 6 super pack pulls or regular pack pulls if you want to share them with us. Get at us on social media. Share any of our giveaway texts or posts. Help the show grow in any way. We'll get you entered in to win that deck. Also, we have our $25 face-to-facegames.com credit that we give away if you tag us and them in a post on social media. Check out one of Ryan's articles or anything on their site. Let them know that they made a wise decision in picking us up. You can be entered to win a $25 credit from the website. The only caveat to that is you need to have an account on the website to credit.
That's it. Oh, way to roll it all into one clean package.
Thanks.
I love a good clean package.
Yeah, me too.
Can't believe I said that, but
Don't
here we
Google
are.
It, yep. It is where we have ended up.
Deck?
All right, Rayne, Academy Chancellor.
1/1 for 3. If your opponents try to F with any of your stuff, you draw a card. She's enchanted, we draw 2 cards.
So it's a Enchantress deck.
Yeah.
It's also, turns out, kind of a Voltron deck.
Yeah, and we're going to see some mighty fine ways to either control the board or beat wholesale ass.
I like both of those things.
Yes.
Yes. This deck is very reminiscent for me. I talked about it on the pre-show of an old Uriel the Miststalker deck.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when I had it, Tuck was still a thing.
Ooh.
Remember when Tuck was still around? So, like, I'd play Uriel, he'd get tucked, and now my game's over.
Yeah.
Unless I drew my Worldly Tutor. So that's why I don't have Uriel the Miststalker anymore. So seeing this, it's like it's the exact same deck, basically. But it's blue!
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
you know
wow.
what? You know what? I like that it's blue, and we're doing the new arc, or arc of New Year, New You, because traditionally Voltron decks, what do you think of when you think of Voltron?
I think of giant, stompy creature.
What colors in Magic do you think of?
Oh, green, white, red.
Green, white, red, because you had your Uriel. I think of black and red for things like multiple combat phases, double strike, and things like hatred or unspeakable symbol, where you can just pay life to kill somebody.
Yeah,
That's what I think of.
Yeah, both are that's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Big, giant, effing dudes.
That just swing in and one-shot somebody, whether it be for 40 with maybe multiple attack steps or 21 commandy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do, but we're going to do it in blue.
Go figure. We're going to start with the creatures, as we are wont to do. We're going to go reverse order, because on this website, that makes it way easier for me to scroll through them. We're going to start with Willbender.
Not the most Voltron-y of things, but Willbender, of course, is a morph creature. You can flip it face up for blue and 1, and you can change the target of a spell or ability, right?
Correct.
It's a 1/1. It's a human wizard, so we do have a Riptide Laboratory, which lets us bounce wizards to our hand. Great for our commander, great for Willbender, and we're going to see multiple instances of misdirection or swerve type effects that redirect stuff.
Does Sakura Tribe Elder target?
No.
Oh, that sucks. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm going to
Yes.
sack my Steve. Thanks for the island, asshole.
Yeah, but you know what? Something to keep in mind. Remember, you're talking about Krosan gripping a Etherflux.
Yeah.
You can morph a creature in response to a
Split second card.
split second card, because morphing it doesn't use the stack. You just pay mana as a mana ability, and you change the state of the card. And that allows you to morph it, change the target of the K-Grip to maybe your artifact land, and I get to keep my Etherflux Reservoir. Get wrecked, noob.
Ooh. All right, moving right along, we have a Tribute Mage.
Yeah, this is I think it's our only tutor. It's again, human wizard. Got to take advantage of that Riptide Lab, right?
Yeah, man.
3-drop, 2/2, search for a 2-drop artifact.
Into your hand, shuffle your shit.
Yeah.
We'll see what you find with that later on in the show.
Yeah.
We're going to Thassa, God of the Sea.
Ooh, this is old Thassa. This is a 5/5 when your devotion to blue is 5 or greater for 3 mana, so pretty good rate
It's
there.
a great rate. Indestructible, too.
Very much so. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Excellent. And blue 1, target creature you control becomes unblockable, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's some shit in a Voltron deck, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. How about Thassa's Oracle?
This is new. You know what? The other reason I chose this deck is it's got 2 or 3 cards from Theros Beyond Death,
Yes.
which is another reason why it's topical. So this is a Merfolk Wizard. So again, Riptide Lab.
Yeah.
You can take advantage of these ETBs. 1/1 Merfolk Wizard. When it enters the battlefield, you look at the top X of your library, where X is your devotion to blue, and you put any number of them into... You can put them back in any order? Well, how does it work? Just read it. I don't know.
When Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to one of those cards on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards left in your library, you win the game.
Oh, so we can reorder the top of our library, put the ones that we don't want, chuck them.
You put one on top, everything else goes on the bottom.
Yeah, so it doesn't draw us cards, but it gives us what we want according to how many pips we have.
It filters a draw or wins you the game. Now, this is the scourge in CEDH now, apparently. This is the thing that's like, oh, now we have to ban Flash Hulk.
Yeah.
Because turn 0 wins weren't good enough before, because now there's this other thing. And I still feel like you have to work really hard for. Like, I don't pay a lot of attention to CEDH combos, and I'm probably making a lot of people really mad. But I don't get how this thing is the thing that broke it wide open.
This has an ETB that just happens, and it's all encompassed inside the enter the battlefield ability, so you don't have to do a thing and then do another thing. This just says do all that stuff and then you win. So it gives your opponents only one opportunity to respond. Collectively, they have, I guess not collectively, but they have one opportunity to respond instead of a couple.
Okay.
And this is a little bit of a tighter package with Protean Hulk, where you can find this and your Spell Seeker to find your Demonic Consultation, and you find a Blood Pet. You sack the Blood Pet to get black, cast the Demonic Consultation, name a card that's not in your deck, get rid of your whole deck, then this will trigger all at the same time.
Now that'll get you there.
Yeah, that'll get you there.
That'll happen.
Yeah. And it's like Flash. You know what? On the Flash Hulk thing, you know what? We're going here just for 1 second.
Sure. As people who were Flash Hulk at the last event that we went to.
Which is fine because we had that conversation, right?
Yeah.
We knew we were playing against a guy that was playing like Thrasios and Timna, fast.deck, CEDH. I sat down with Animar. You sat down with Stax Norin to try and stop both of us. Like, it was fine, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be banned. I've literally had Flash cast against me one time ever. I've seen Protean Hulk, since its unbanning, do a lot of broken stuff in decks that don't have Flash. I think that maybe that card's the problem. And at the same time, like Flash, Bearer of the Heavens, where you just like 2 mana Flash, Bearer of the Heavens, don't pay its mana cost, reduced by 2, it dies, destroy all permanents, right? Flash into Nyx Bloom Ancient, like triple my mana, pay its casting cost with my mana that I have left over. Now I have a 5/5 that triples my mana on turn 1. I'm listing things that are broken that I've never actually seen happen. Like, I don't think Flash is the problem.
I don't think Flash is the
I think
issue
that Hulk is the problem because it tutors for 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 cards.
Yeah.
Whew.
And puts them into play.
Yeah,
it tutors for them into play. Like, it's 100% Protean Hulk is the problem.
Yep. Jesse does Protean Hulk on turn like 4 or 5 or whatever, and searches for 2 or 3 aristocrats, and then like every single 0-drop in Magic, and just lets them all die immediately. And then he maybe like does a Twilight's Call or something to get them all back, and then he lets them die immediately again, and he just aristocrats you to death. That's what he does with Hulk, and it doesn't even play Flash. And it's because it's fast in a Slimefoot deck that has like every tutor because it's green and black. Like, I don't think that Protean Hulk should be banned again, but I think that it's the problem.
Yeah, the unbanning of Protean Hulk is what allowed that whole thing to happen. And
what if Protean Hulk didn't exist and everybody just played stacks decks that or like hard mass land destruction decks with Bearer of the Heavens? It's like an 11-drop or a 9-drop or something that when it dies you destroy everything, right? What if instead of Flash Hulk it was Flash Bearer of the Heavens? And everybody was like, "Oh, it's Bearer of the Heavens. It makes games unfun," right?
Well, it does.
Why aren't they saying that about Hulk now?
I don't know why they're picking on Flash instead of Hulk.
I guess Flash is the thing that gets you everything. My point is, I never see Flash. I know I'm not a CEDH connoisseur 100% of the time, and I'm not the end all be all in terms of Commander experience, and I certainly don't make the rules, but I don't know. I think they're both fine, and I never see Flash, and Hulk is a greater offender without Flash.
And I used to play Flash Hulk, so that's a thing.
That's the today's aside. Let's get back to the deck.
All right, we got a Spells Guide.
Spells Guide. Speaking of CEDH,
yeah,
this is a 04 for 2. You could pay a Phyrexian blue mana to change the target spell or ability to Spellskite.
Sometimes it's a good thing, and you get to draw a card or 2.
Oh yeah,
cool.
With your Rayne, you change it to Spellskite, and you draw a card off of that. For the cost of 2 life, you just like draw a card
or 2.
Yeah, that's the second time. You know what? I didn't think of that with Willbender. You could change a whatever to your Willbender when you morph it, and then you draw a card.
Yeah,
that's why those are in there.
That's very cool.
Oh,
we have a Sword of Temptation.
That's a fairy wizard 2/2 flyer for 4. You can, when it enters the battlefield, you steal a creature till it dies.
It was a high-priced card that was put into a regular-priced booster pack, and now it costs $2. It's a good card.
Sweet.
I like it. Root Water Shaman.
That is a 2/2 for 3. Gives your auras flash.
Yes.
Speaking of flash,
yeah,
it gives your auras flash.
Speaking of Protean, we have a Protean.
Oh my god!
A Protean Thaumaturge.
This is from Theros. I actually have a foil one if anybody needs.
I think I kind of want it.
Really? This is the clone from the set. Remember you said there isn't a clone?
And then I found it. That's why I want it.
Yeah. Well, I have it in foil.
Excellent.
So this is a 1/1 human wizard. There you go for 2. Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Protean Thaumatage. Sure. Become a copy of target creature. Okay.
I like those resettable clones. I think those are really cool.
And it keeps that Constellation ability, though. So it becomes a copy of a creature, but you can make it something else when you cast another enchantment.
You can change it to something else. Because sometimes you have like a clone or whatever, and you hold it in your hand, and there's like you want to play it because you need a thing, but there's nothing that better stuff is going to happen eventually. So you maybe sandbag it a little bit. Whereas with this thing, you can play it on turn 2, and it hangs out, and it does whatever, and then it turns into something cool.
You know what? You can do the little, as long as your enchantments or your auras have flash, like they would with that last card we just read, you could make this guy into something, activate an ability, flash in another enchantment to make him something else, like the Mirage Mirror trick.
Ooh.
You could do that.
I like
I don't know if that would behoove us in any way, or we have activated abilities in the deck. We'll have to press on.
Ooh. How about a Mizium Meddler?
That is a Vidalcan wizard, 1/4 for 3 with flash. When he enters battlefield, you can change the target of spell or ability to him.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like another wizard that is gonna will bend.
And draw you some cards.
Yes.
I like this. Clever Impersonator.
Yeah, I think we played this one last week, right?
Sure
and
did.
This is the first of a couple that we played last week. This week we are gonna copy the best thing on the battlefield instead of copying a 7 dwarf, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it copies the best thing on the battlefield.
Oh, didn't I say that?
No, you did not.
Oh.
It's a clone for blue too. Comes into the copy of any non-land permanent.
There it is.
Very good. Chasm Skulker, we played him last week too.
Oh, yeah. This is whenever you draw a card, you put a +1 on it. When it dies, you get a squid for each 1/1 that was on it. And I think whenever anything gets targeted, we're going to draw a card if we have our commandy. And we are going to just draw a ton of cards, make a big that gets us tokens when it dies.
Dig it.
Good include mostly in any deck because it's a great card.
Yeah.
So.
All right, last creature is a Calafi, Beloved of the Sea.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a weird include. So it's a star 3 where star is your devotion to blue for blue 1. So it's a 2/3 to start. Creatures and enchantments you control have spells and abilities your opponents control that target permanents you control. Costs 1 more to cast.
So it discourages people from targeting your stuff.
How are we going to draw cards if it costs more mana for our stuff to get targeted?
Like, I understand like the not wanting your stuff to get targeted, but in this deck you want your stuff to get targeted.
That's right.
So it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a non-bow, but it's a little weird.
It's a ninergy, a non-synergy. I think I just made that up.
You definitely did, but I like it. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Let's keep going with it. Let's hit some instants.
Sure.
I'm sure everybody can figure out why this one's here. It's redirect.
Yeah, it changes a target of a spell to our stuff.
I love that art. The guy's like running, and when you can see like the fireball coming out of his like scepter or whatever, and then going off of the screen, and then coming back around
behind
and chasing him.
Yeah, like
it's
off
awesome.
screen, it comes back around and gets him. Yeah,
it'll be funny to like paint that guy so he looks like Ryu from Street Fighter, and then make the fireball look like his little Hadouken. That'd be very funny.
Excellent.
All right, we got a reality shift. That's from last week too.
Yeah, reality shift, rapid hybridization, and Pongify. Those are all things that I thought might be better served as counter spells. So if our stuff gets targeted and it's going to die, we can counter it and still draw the card. But we could actually target our own stuff and be left over with a 3/3 frog lizard or monkey or whatever.
Yeah.
And still draw the cards. So, but they also double as removal spells. So those are the first ones where it's like, oh, we could cast them on your thing or our thing. Get rid of your thing or get a 3/3 and draw a card.
Yeah, some of the wizards are pretty small. Like once your Willbender's kind of done the Willbendering thing, he's just a 1/2. So you could draw a card, smoke him, and turn him into a 3/3.
Not terrible.
It's not the worst idea.
Yeah, it's not the worst idea. I think that you probably want to use it on like an opponent's flying blocker if one of our enchantments gives flying.
Sure.
And then they're left with a frog on the ground.
Versatility is the name of the game.
Yeah.
Then. All right, next up, we've got a Piracy Charm.
Oh, this is a charm, so it's going to be modal. Choose 1 for just a blue. Target creature gains Island Walk?
Sure.
Or, until end of turn, target creature gets +2/-1. So, gets rid of, like, X1s or buffs our commander. or target player discards a card. That's a weird one.
That's a strange... I'm not sure why that one's in there. Maybe we'll come to that, but I don't...
We can't target ourselves to discard a card then draw a card? No, because it has to be an opponent with Rayne.
It doesn't draw us any cards. If you just target Rayne with it, it kills her. And, I mean, maybe it's
unless she's buffed.
Maybe it's there for Island Walk?
Not terrible.
It makes her unblockable if they have islands. That's a thing. Let's keep going. We got Misdirection.
Oh, exactly what it sounds like. You may just you change the target of a spell. Okay, cool. But you can cast it for free if you exile a blue card from your hand.
Neat.
Maybe you just maybe the piracy charm is just in there to exile to Misdirection. That's got to be it, right?
Oh, what do I choose? What do I choose? Oh, I have piracy charm. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's why it's in the deck.
All right, with Hubris.
Return target creature and all auras enchanted on it to their owner's hand.
That's clearly there to save your stuff.
Yeah, your commander's enchanted. They go to like exile it, and you draw 2 cards, and you hubris. Everything goes back to your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do that to your opponent ever.
No,
you want to just boomerang it. Because then all those auras go away.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, we have a Fumble.
Same thing, right?
No, wait, no, hang on a second. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Gain control of all auras and equipment that were attached to it and attach them to another creature. That's way better than Hubris.
Oh, there we go. Unless we only have one creature.
Yes.
Sure.
But then you can get all their shit.
Yes.
Like if you're playing my Tana the Butt Sower deck and I got to load it up with all the swords. All of them.
Baby.
Oh, that could be
I like that.
Heaping, helping, or hurting. We got an enchantment alteration. It's from Urza block. It's got to be broken.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Blue to move an enchantment from one creature to another.
Or from one land to another?
I'm sure, whatever. You know what? Somebody's playing that Utopia Sprawl or that Wild Growth or whatever, and we want to be the green player, but we're playing blue. This is our new way to play blue. We do it like green does. we just steal their Wild Growth. That's fine.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, can you imagine? You go forest, wild growth. I go island, enchantment alteration. Take your wild growth, put it on my island. Oh, I don't know if wild growth has to enchant a forest, but just pick whatever one doesn't need to enchant a forest.
Yeah, oh, that's good. I like that. All right, we got Blink of an Eye. This has some art on it.
Yeah, I don't want to know what blinking an eye looks like on certain websites on the internet. But
do not.
This is return target non-land perm to its owner's hand. If this spell was kicked, draw a card, and its kicker is blue 1, cost is blue 1. So a total of 4, you can bounce something and draw a card, kind of like Into the Royal from Zendikar, right?
Is this not Into the Royal?
Yeah, I guess.
It's just the exact same card with better art?
Well, they had to give it a different name because Royal is specific to Zendikar, I think, right?
Yeah, I did. But I'm just making sure that it is like it's a functional reprint.
I think so. If you need Into the Royal or Blink of an Eye, just know that they both exist, I guess.
Yeah, they both do basically the same thing. All right, we have Aetherize. I like this one.
Return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand. So that a lot of the times is like a Cyclonic Rift just for your opponent, right?
Yeah.
Where they're elfing you with their token army or like their 5 huge dudes, and then you're just like, Aetherize, get bent.
Yeah, ruined.
Yeah.
Also, it has our girl Hannah, Ship's Navigator, on there.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty sick. Let's do some sorceries. There's a big suite of them.
Oh, baby.
Start with Rite of Rep. Played that last week.
Yeah, that's right. So we could like kick this and put 5 copies of something that changes a target into play and then just like bounce the target around to like a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters at all, but
100% you could do that, I think.
You could, because you just put all the triggers on the stack for your guy that when he ETBs, you change a target.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
It would be sick if something benefited us from that. I don't know if there is anything.
You draw 10 cards. That's pretty good.
But we control the thing, though.
Oh,
right?
You're right. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, that doesn't work.
So it's kicker of 5. You can put 5 things into play, or it's 4 mana to put 1 thing into play.
I guess
like a token copy.
I guess it still gets you like 5 of the best thing in play.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. And next, the last sorcery, we have a Curse of Swine.
Ooh. Blue X. Exile X target creatures. For each creature, the controller gets a 2/2 green pig.
You don't see that very often, hey?
No.
That's a spell you don't see very often, and it's good.
Yeah, I think you don't see it because Rift.
Yeah.
Evacuation is instant speed. You can craft around that as to not take damage. Aetherize and also the one that bounces all non-serpents, octopuses, krakens, and leviathans. What's that one called? Whelming Wave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Curse of the Swine is very blue removal, right?
It's pinpointed. It gets shit. Like
Or it's mass. Like if you got 10 mana kicking around, you can bounce 8 things.
It's not bounce. It's get rid of them.
Oh yeah, that's
you
right.
remove them from the game. Like you can get rid of that. Like fuck your Ulamog.
Ooh, yeah. And all your cards stay in your graveyard.
Dude, yesterday somebody played show and tell on us on turn 2.
No, in EDH?
In EDH, they show and tell. You know what I got?
What?
You know what I got? Guess.
Oh, what deck were you playing?
Norin.
Oh. Dang it, I don't know.
Top.
You
of all the things that could have a top.
You like a Sensei's Divining
Sensei's
Top?
Divining Top.
What do they get?
Ulamog.
Oh, that seems good.
No, wait, they got Kozilek. First time they played it, they got Kozilek. Then they played a Eternal Witness.
Yes.
Got the fucking show and tell back. Played it again. Then he got an Ulamog. And I got a Mountain.
Oh,
that was bad for me.
yes.
Because there's so many cool things I could have got in Norin, right? But
well, you know what the thing about those, I'll call it Stacks Light Deck. I've called it in the past. There's nothing that is so top end crazy powerful that it's going to swing the game in your favor. But the floor, the basement floor of the deck is so high because like all the cards are like good cards.
yeah.
Right? There's nothing that's going to swing the game in your favor, but you're going to get something unless you only have a Mountain.
Yeah. All right. We've talked about all of the really blue stuff. Let's talk about some enchantments.
Some brown stuff. Or gray, depending on what year it was printed.
Now we get to those later.
Oh.
Yeah, we haven't done the enchantments yet. This is an Enchantress deck, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't talked about a single enchantment.
Okay.
Or should we do the artifacts first? Let's do the artifacts first. We've got a Thought Vessel, a Sol Ring, a Sapphire Medallion, a Mind Stone, and a Midnight Clock. Those are our rocks.
I think I counted 5 rocks in the deck. So that's a little bit light, but the average CMC of the deck is like 2.6. So it's fine.
Yeah, it's a good number. We also have a Swiftfoot Boots. Everybody knows Swiftfoot Boots. We have a Scarab of the Unseen.
Yeah, I had to read this one. This is an Alliance special. So this is a 2-drop that you can sacrifice to return all enchantments on target permanent you own to their owner's hand, then draw a card.
It's pretty good.
So if your Rayne's going to eat it and you can't like protect her or swerve or misdirect anything, you just bounce all the enchantments and just let her die.
Yeah, and draw a card.
And you draw a card, yeah. So this is kind of like get all my enchantments back, draw a card. It's like draw 4, draw 5, however many enchantments there are, right?
It's a cool escape button. I dig that.
Yeah.
How about a Ring of Evos Isles?
Yeah, equipped creature gets hexproof until end of turn if you pay 2. So that's an activated ability. Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1 counter on equipped creature if it's blue, and it will be. And it equips for 1. Costs 2.
That's okay. Those rings are okay.
Yeah, they give a bonus, like a long-term bonus of counters, and then some other ability.
How about Helm of the Gods?
Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. So this was from Magic Origins?
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it was originally in Theros. I don't know, but
Yeah, definitely. Its blessings are as numerous as the stars of Nyx. So it's from Theros, but I don't think it's actually from Theros.
Oh, okay, I get you. Well, any new players out there, this card does exist if you want to build that Enchantress deck because you got a bunch of new stuff this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about an Imperial Plate?
Oh, baby. +1/+1 for each card in your hand.
Ah.
Yeah, so 2 to cast, 2 to equip. All these 2-drop equipments, hey?
How about Crystal Chimes?
This is one. We haven't seen this for a while, hey?
Yeah.
3-drop, pay 3, tap, sack Crystal Chimes, return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to your hand. This is colorless replenish that isn't quite as good.
It's like shady replenish.
Yeah, I think we get benefits from casting enchantment, so I don't know, maybe I'm making that up, but if that's the case, then this card is fine.
Sure. Blackblade Reforged.
Oh, +1/+1 for each land you control. And something tells me that this deck wants to play the long game. So if you sandbag this until you have an opening with your commander, you just go 2 to cast, 3 to equip on a legendary creature, die. Like give my guy +10/+10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get
I
you
like
in there.
that.
Last artifact, we have Bident of Thassa.
Yeah, this is kind of the last artifact. It's also an enchantment. It is blue 2. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card, which is Coastal Piracy, right?
Yep, which we're also playing.
Yes. And it also is blue 1 tap. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. So you're goading them kind of, hey?
Yeah.
They can attack anybody. The point is they'll be tapped.
Yeah.
And then we just crash in.
It's a really painful way to give your creatures unblockable.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we've got lots of big blockers, maybe they won't attack us. You know what I mean? Like, write a replication, make a wall of huge dudes, and then we'll just wait around the table until we see somebody that, like, post-combat or pre-combat main phase, they don't cast a creature, so they're like, ooh, I'll goad you, so all of your things are going to be tapped, then you have your opening, right?
Sure. Speaking of artifact enchantments, let's talk some enchantments.
Yes, this is the
bread and butter,
yes, the meat and potatoes,
the Sonny and Cher,
the lube.
Oh, speaking of old famous couples, one of whom is dead, the lube.
Gross. I don't even know. Moving on.
Moving right along. This is the card that I friggin' love. I never play it, but I get happy every time somebody else plays it. It's vanishing.
That's right. Blue to cast. Enchanted creature gets an activated ability that says blue. Enchanted creature phases out.
So cool.
You essentially remove it from the game, but it keeps all its enchantments. If it's token, it stays alive. The point is, it goes away at instant speed, and it's like you're protectioning one creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And you can use it to protect your thing, or you can use it to make sure that their big scary thing never attacks you.
Oh, yeah, you can put it on somebody else's creature.
It's like, oh, nice Ulamog, bud. And they go, oh, damn it. And they can only attack somebody else with it.
Yes.
I dig that. I like that card a lot. I really like it. Next up, we have Treachery.
Oh, yeah, expensive card. You control enchanted creature for 5 mana. Oh, wait, also untap 5 lands. So you control enchanted creature for free.
Whoa.
We're playing at least one land that gives us more than 1 mana.
Yeah.
So if you can untap that, you're gaining mana when you cast this. Those cards were so fair. Remember those cards?
Oh, yeah, they're totally
Peregrine
fair.
Drake and Cloud of Fairies Snap.
Rewind.
Yep. Palinchron. Great Whale. Is there more of them? I think that's all of them.
Zakama Primal Calamity.
Not from the same cycle, but yes.
They printed one more of those since, and look what happened.
Yeah, like 20 years later, we got one of them. And they were like, hey, nobody can cast this at 9 mana, right? Oh, yeah, wait, it's a CEDH deck because you just make infinite mana in Naya.
All right, next up, we have a Search for Azcanta.
Ooh, at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. Then if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform Search for Azcanta, and it transforms into one of those really nice looking lands.
Yeah, Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin. It taps for a blue or blue 2, tap it. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom.
That's kind of like a card draw land, right? It lets you do what Narset does.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good card. I like that one.
Next, we have a Rhystic Study. Everybody knows Rhystic Study. We have a Propaganda. Everybody knows Propaganda. And then we have a Pemin's Aura. We've talked about this card before.
Yeah, enchanted creature becomes a mini morphling. So this is blue 1, and enchanted creature gets all of these abilities. Blue, untap it. Blue, gains flying. Blue, gains shroud, or colorless, gets +1/-1 or -1/+1.
So cool.
Ooh, yeah. Lots of combos with that card, hey? Because you can untap the creature for blue.
Yeah. Morphling used to outfight whole armies back in the day, and it's still a good-ass card. All right, we have an Octopus Umbra.
Enchanted creature becomes 8/8 and totem armor, which means if it would die, you destroy the enchantment instead of the creature.
And it turns the creature into an 8/8.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get it. Octopus, 8 arms, 8 power. Yeah.
Sure. We have a Mystic Remora. Everybody knows Mystic Remora.
Yeah.
We got a Mirror Maid.
Ooh, yeah. Enters the battlefield as a copy of an artifact or enchantment on the battlefield.
Like that card lots.
Yeah, which is like copy enchantment is an old card that has not seen the light of day for 7,000 years. Might be a reserve list card. Might be. I don't remember. But the point is it's expensive, and for 1 extra mana, we also have the opportunity on the same card to copy an artifact.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Leyline of Anticipation.
Gives your stuff flash, and you can start the game with it in the battlefield. Pre-game effects, if you will.
If it's in your opening hand.
Yeah.
Infiltrator's Mage Mark.
What the heck? Okay.
This is a weird card.
It's an enchant creature for blue 2. I've never seen this one before. Let's see here. Creatures you control that are enchanted get +1/+1 and can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. They can't be blocked except by walls. I get it. Because they can't go through walls, but they can slip past you.
Somebody yesterday played Invisibility and it did the same thing, kind of. And I was like, well, being invisible, you can just like go around the guard and through the door and the wall. The wall doesn't stop you. You're invisible.
Yeah.
Invisibility is the ultimate thing. You ever seen Hollow Man?
Yeah, you can't go through doors and walls though, right? Like
You just open the door.
Well, then they see the door open.
But then it's like, oh, it's the wind. They always say that. People in movies are stupid, Ryan. People in movies are always stupid.
Let's go hide in the shed with all the chainsaws.
Exactly. They'll never find us there. I'll run up the stairs and hide under the bed. Nobody will look for me there. And they're dead.
Yeah, saws the bed in half.
Imprisoned in the Moon.
That turns somebody's creature into what is it? A
waste.
A waste. Yeah, not a creature land, just a land.
Just a waste.
That's a good one, hey?
That is pretty good.
Yeah, I wish that one wasn't as expensive. I only have 1 copy. I should buy like 10 more.
I like the picture on Flooded Shoreline.
Yeah, blue for an enchanty. And it has blue, return 2 islands you control to your owner's hand. Okay. Return target creature to its owner's hand. So blue, and then we got to bounce those 2 islands.
I don't know.
To boomerang something. It's an enchantment, which matters.
Sure.
And it lets us always have island drops as if we cared about landfall, but we don't.
Yeah, we super don't.
Repeatable boomerang.
Sure. I mean, it gets cards in your hand for that equipment that cares about cards in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing.
Hey, I like that. Bounce everything, including all my own creatures and all my own lands. Give my guy +10/+10.
Yeah.
Die. If you have an opening, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes in Voltron, I think that's the lesson of the day. Sometimes you just got to go for it, right?
Yeah, sometimes your dude just has to be big enough to kill somebody.
Yeah, float 2 blue, so in case they have a removal spell, you can misdirect it.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Or swerve it.
Permanents in play at the end of the game are the same as your life total at the end of the game, right? Like, who cares if you have nothing in play as long as if the game's over and you've won?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
All right, how about Estrid's Invocation?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you can have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any enchantment you control, except it gains at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So it's just like continuously enters the battlefield as a copy of whatever enchantment you want.
It's copy enchantment, but like resettable.
Yeah, which is valuable.
We're talking about enchantments. We're talking about Enchantress and Voltron. Of course, we're playing Eldrazi Conscription.
Oh, yeah, +10, Annihilator 2, Tramp Skis. Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is it. This is the thing that you put on your commander to kill somebody.
If you're playing a Voltron deck and you're not playing this card, go trade for one right now because your deck is better now.
Yeah,
because Eldrazi Conscription's in it.
Yeah, it was in Ultimate Masters, so the price is down to like $6.
Yeah, it's not super unattainable. You can trade something for it. Just trade your Nyx lands for it.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Easy enough. We got an Eelumbra.
+1/+1, totem armor.
Drake Umbra.
+3/+3, flying and totem armor.
Curator's Ward.
Enchanted permanent. So you can enchant whatever you want with this.
Neat.
Which is unique. Enchanted permanent has hexproof, and when enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was historic, draw 2 cards. Ooh. So if we enchant our commandy, it would be legendary. It would be historic. Right? We could enchant a legendary equipment, of which we have at least 1 in the Blackblade Reforged. We could enchant our Bident of Thassa, or our Thassa God of the Sea.
Yeah, lots of stuff you can do with that. That's neat. We have a copy enchantment.
That copy's an enchantment.
We have Coastal Piracy. We talked about that already. We have Betrayal.
Ooh, enchant only on a creature an opponent controls. If enchanted creature becomes tapped, we draw a card. So that's kind of like if you attack with this creature, we get to draw a card.
Yeah. Or you put it on their dork and they tap it for mana and you draw a card.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
How about Auramancer's Guise? I like this one.
Ooh. Enchant Creature, +2/+2 for each aura attached to it, and it has Vig.
I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of like Ancestral Mask, but blue, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, that's like just like Ancestral Mask, isn't it?
It is Ancestral Mask, except it's blue, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Arcanum Wings.
Enchanted creature has flying, and it has Aura Swap, blue 2. So Aura Swap blue 2 means you pay blue 2, and you can exchange this aura with an aura card in your hand.
Why pay 8 for Eldrazi Conscription when you could pay 3 at instant speed after they haven't blocked your shit? Like,
take 1? Just kidding. Take 11. Now, you do miss the Annihilator triggers when you attack, no block, and then put it in. You miss the Annihilator triggers, but
it's 11.
They're taking 11.
Just take 11 is just way better.
Again, find your opening, right? Find your opening, and they're like, oh, I guess I can take 1 more commander damage. Nah, just kidding.
Whoops. Whoopsie. How about Aqueous Form?
That is, enchanted creature can't be blocked, and whenever it attacks, you scry 1.
Dig it. Last one is Alexi's Cloak.
This one has flash, and enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities. So it gives it Shroud.
That's a weird
one. Weird one. Yeah.
Because you can't target it either. So if you put it on the creature you're trying to make giant, it.
Do you bounce it with like your? Do you bounce it with that?
That's a lot of work to try and bounce it with that
flooded shoreline.
I don't think so. Like that's a lot of work to do.
That's lots of work. Yeah, I mean we're not playing Lightning Greaves. We're playing Swiftfoot Boots. Right?
Yeah.
Because we don't want stuff to have Shroud. I think that, I mean, it's in there in a pinch where it's like your thing is going to die when I'm attacking for lethal. And it's like, okay, I just got to give it Shroud and now you're dead.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, like imagine a scenario you've got 8, 9, 10 power commander or even like a medium case scenario, 5 power commander that they just don't want to take 5 from. We've got a 5 power commander that has Shroud now. That's not a terrible situation to be in.
That's not awful.
Right? You don't do it when it has 0 enchantments on it.
Yeah. You don't just save. Well, I guess you could save something with it, but.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, it's fine. And then, I don't know, was there any lands of note?
Well, we've got Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, which, of course, gives us blue equal to our devotion to blue. So if we can untap that with treachery, we can make a ton of mana for, I don't know, maybe an Eldrazi Conscription.
Yeah.
We've got a Soldevi Excavations, enters the battlefield, sack an island.
Untapped island.
Yeah, which is, I mean, fine, but it gives us blue 1, or it lets us scry. So
we were talking about this one off air, and like it's cool, but it doesn't put you up any mana in this deck. And like, I don't know, it's pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, it puts you up mana after you've activated it like twice or whatever. The point is, if you get it and you can untap it with treachery, it's going to net you mana, which is good. We've got Tower of the Magistrate, which gives target creature protection from artifacts, which is good for our creature as long as it's not equipped.
Also great in Hirobi.
Yeah, and if they've got artifacts or if they've got a creature that's equipped with artifacts, you just
take them off.
Yeah, you can do lots of stuff with that card.
It's a really good card. And it's dropped in price quite a bit, actually. I'm not sure why. You'd think as better equipment is getting printed, the price of that would go up.
Oh.
But it's come down from when I bought mine a little while ago. So, cool.
Yeah, that's it, I guess.
That's the deck.
That is the deck. Now, a little bit crunched for time, so you have time to edit. So I just wanted to get into a couple quick things. It's different. It's fun. It's unexpected. It's tricksy. You're not playing counter spells or rift. You're playing swerves, misdirections, willbenders, right?
Oh, I like that lot.
Which is definitely a strength of the deck. And now I'm not sure because I don't have a whole ton of experience with non-red Voltron decks. Is it linear or is it explosive? Do we kind of just tick up our commandy every turn, or do we aim to control the game and navigate the mid game and late game? We just go like enchantment, kill you. Like, what do we do?
That's what I think. I think that it's more the explosive kind of misdirect the game, get some value off of your commander, and then just turn her into a house and just slap somebody down with her. Or just come out of nowhere and just take out that last guy.
That's it. And you know what? I like this for a Twitter question as well. How do people out in CCO Nation do their Voltron? Do they do it linearly and just like hit you for 4, hit you for 6, hit you for 10, hit you for 10, like, or whatever, like, just chip away. Because we always say, like, 7, 11, and 21 are the magic Voltron numbers. Yep. Do you go for 11 and 11, like I got yesterday from Feather? Or do you just go to 21? Or do you chip, right? Like,
yeah,
I guess that's the question, and that's what makes Voltron hard to pilot, right?
It makes it hard to pilot. It makes it kind of tricky to build, and it makes it even harder to play because people just they see you coming. They see you coming.
That's it, right? Now, that being said, this deck, $325.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Now, we did have some expensive lands in there. We had Strip Mine, Nykthos, Snow-Covered Islands for some reason at $150 a pop. Teleria West, which is a tutor for a land. If you cut just those and replace them with basics, you're saving $100. So you could have this deck for just over $200.
That's pretty good. And this is a fun deck. This is cool. And these are those cool cards that, like, you're going to get them, and you can, if you decide, I'm done with this deck now, you can disperse everything in here to something else.
You've got staples in here. You've got Blackblade Reforged, Bident of Thassa, Rite of Replication, like $6, $7, $8 cards, sure, but Commander staples.
They're cards that go into all sorts of decks as long as there's blue or land.
Well, Thought Vessel, Soul Ring, right? Like, Thought Vessel's $13, Soul Ring $5. That's what's making this deck, because everything we were saying before the show in Commander costs $5 or $6 now. Right?
Yeah, man.
So that's the only reason this deck is like $200 if you exclude those few lands I was talking about. Let's do a quick spice calculator, just because this is a patron deck and everybody likes to hear their
spice rating.
Spice rating, that's right.
Let's do it, man.
I didn't count Teleria West as a tutor because in this deck it only finds other land.
That's fair.
Yeah, and usually we don't count like the Kodama's Reaches and the
that'd be like
secure Tribe Elders as tutors, right?
That'd be like counting a fetch land as a tutor, and that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So one tutor, which is good for the spice calculator. Popularity on EDHrec.com.
Oh my god.
27 decks. Do you know how far down the list of popular blue commanders this is?
If you watched the pre-show, we had to dig so far down into the hole we couldn't even find her.
Yeah, 61st most popular blue commander.
Oh, that puts her right above Kira Great Glass Spinner and right below Zahid Genie of the Lamp.
Oh man,
never even heard of that card.
266 converted mana cost, 31 different cards in the stock list on EDHrec.com.
It's pretty good.
Turns out there are other people who want to do some enchantments type stuff with this card, and we did see some crossover in the mana rocks, of course. So you punch it all into the spice calculator. We're going to get a 48.5 spicy. I'm going to give it honorary spicy A because it's a patron deck, and we love when we receive decks either via email or the preferred deck list channel on our Discord, but also because we're doing a new thing with blue, which is beating wholesale ass with a Voltron Commandy that has 27 lists.
Hells yeah.
So Ben, huge thank you for sending it in. He sent me a big long kind of write-up with it to explain the deck. He says Aura Swap, Eldrazi, Conscription are like his favorite play in the deck.
Oh, of course it is.
It's so good.
It's my favorite play in the deck, too, and I've never even seen it. If that happened to me, I'd be like, oh, shit, that felt good.
That's it. So that's it for us this week. We are going to see everybody at the face-to-face games open on February 1st.
That's Saturday?
That is a Saturday. EDH starts at noon, but we'll probably be there early. Like, we'll record here, and then we'll just, like,
head on down there.
Head on down. Hopefully we don't have to go through like 17 hours of downtown traffic and bridge construction like last year.
Oh, that was
Remember
bullshit.
That?
Yeah.
That sucked.
Maybe we'll have a reporter that's going to go report on something and they'll give us a... Last year was really busy because it was the Pride Parade also.
Oh, that's right. Same day. That's why Kyla couldn't drive us.
Yeah.
Because she had to like fist fight somebody for a parking spot downtown so she could go on the parade.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. That's it. Well, final thought of the day. Remember, everybody, deck giveaway, $25 gift certificates for face-to-facegames.com. Check out our Twitter for the couple questions we're going to ask. Final thought of the day, thank our glorious overlords.
Final thought of the day, I really like this deck. I like it both because it harkens back to a deck that I used to play, and I actually think that this might be more fun to pilot because there's more lines for a Voltron deck. That means a lot. And there's lots of little interesting ways that you can kind of mess with your opponents without playing counterspells, which are... They're fine, but they're not the most fun for somebody like me, and I assume for some other people out there too, especially this guy who doesn't play counterspells, probably because he doesn't like them. So those are my thoughts on the deck. I want to thank you on behalf of myself and Ryan for being here. We appreciate you listening every week or every other week when you just try to catch up on the ones that you missed. Remember to check out our YouTube. We're CCOPodcast. We're CCOPodcast and CCO Brando on Twitter and tappedout.net. You can see some of the lists and all the other stuff that we're up to, both in personal and magical lives on there if you want to keep up with any of that stuff. Again, we really appreciate you being here, and we appreciate face-to-facegames.com for keeping us here. They are Canada's biggest magic store. So check us out. We're going to be back next week with another new way to play blue on a new episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!